It's Saturday. Could be a fun day. It's sunny outside. I'm looking at snow though, because it's still kind of snowy. The roads are still kind of messy up in Colorado. So there might be some watching of sports going on later today after we go out and have some fun. So let's talk about it and let's do our Saturday podcast. I'm not going to make it that long. I've already looked at a lot of the games, and I want to keep everybody that long. You want the picks, and you want to understand. We know all this work that is done to create projections out of the algorithm, and to hopefully get the best information possible. What is that final rendering? Because I mean, talk about a lot of games. Huge slate for NHL. NBA only has, I guess, 7 games, which is reasonable here on a Saturday. There's so much work being done. So let's just try to make it listenable and try to talk. All right. So, first of all, football, because there is an interesting day of football today. So, this is Saturday. I just updated the injury report. Chiefs barely beating the Jaguars. Mahomes' haircut, which is really difficult for white people to replicate, versus Trevor Lawrence's haircut, which is really difficult for men to replicate, because usually women can replicate it better. Those two haircuts are going at it, and it's a really close game. But Mahomes pulls off something. They don't cover, right? It says that the Chiefs don't even come close to covering. Makes sense. There's a lot of home money on the Chiefs. All this makes sense. I understand why the algorithm's making it like, yeah, it's probably going to be a closer game, like Jacksonville's defense, and it's a football game. So it's really both these underdogs to cover. Uh, However, you do feel like, I mean, if you see Mahomes walks and they get an extra touchdown, they win this game like 30-20 or something, you're like, why did I take Jacksonville? Like, I knew that Kansas City was going to win at home. So this game I'm staying away from. And what's going on my big round robin is going to be, I almost want to take the Giants to win. There's a reason why it's doing. They just pulled it off in Minnesota. I know Philly's been waiting, and Philly had that longest stretch of a season that wasn't undefeated, that was almost undefeated, whatever, for like 9 games or something like that. So it seems like the Eagles would walk at home, but when the algorithm is arguing with this here, I definitely think Giants plus 7.5 is a fantastic pick. That's more than a touchdown in a playoff game. Like that's probably going to win. Will they win the game? Maybe, maybe not. Algorithm says they barely don't, but that it's within certainly reason. So Giants plus 7.5 is going on my round robin from football today. We'll go to NBA because it's a short day and there isn't much to look at. Oh, well, I'm working on distributions. Oh no, I forgot. I'm doing a bunch of work on this. Is bad, actually. I don't even know what percentage to use. Shoot. Sorry, guys. I actually can't provide good NBA predictions. Oh no. I need to do work on this. I don't know what order stuff's going to be in. Well, don't listen to me. Glad I just talked about that because I posted this in the Google Sheet. I'm sorry. I don't know what proper percentages to use yet. I'm still working on this. I'm sorry. We got to work on these percentages. We could go back and try to snag some from the past, but this is wrong. This is wrong. And I added some new ones for okay, I did a bunch of work. So sorry, NBA bad. Nope. Do not pay attention. It's wrong. Yep, spelling attention wrong, I think. I don't know. Like, all right, can't do NBA. College basketball is okay because we're using the 999 combo distribution. If you watched the video I did earlier about what I'm doing with the basketball files. So we can't talk about that, but I will go to hockey first, and because college basketball is so enormous. So hockey, been doing okay. Colorado wins last night. Pittsburgh wins. Hockey algorithm has a good day yesterday. Here you've got Dallas. I mean, the number one and the top picks are awful lines, although Edmonton's not as bad against Vancouver. And you can see how bad Vancouver's playing. They did lose to Colorado last night. So Edmonton, surprised that line's only minus 189, actually. So Edmonton's a pretty good pick here. Number 3 is Toronto over Montreal, also atrocious line. So it's very difficult to bet. 4th pick, Tampa Bay over Calgary at only minus 105. Look at how poor Calgary's been playing lately. That's why. So that even though it's on the road, Tampa Bay can win this. And that's the first reasonable line you see. Terrible line for this day game. This is also sort of a day game at 3 o'clock Eastern. This one's just starting now, this Buffalo Anaheim game. The person who was yeah, the Tanner, I think, right? Um, the person who was asking about hockey, I actually, when we did a video about goal scorers yesterday, I actually bet the some of these guys to score goals last night and threw them in a round robin after the video, after you kind of got me on the interested in doing this. And I bet on all these people to score all the way down, and then I included Tim Stutzla for some reason, wherever he is. Did I already highlight him? Um, yeah, right here. So I took all these guys to score goals, and four of them did. Rantanen, Pedersen, Getzel, and Kachuk all scored, and they took a goal away from Crosby, which would have made me a huge winner on my bet if that had stayed. They gave it to Gensel. They first gave it to Crosby and then took it away. I was like, oh, that's my luck. They give it to one of my guys on my round robin, and then they take it away. But it was fun, and I thought, this is actually an interesting way to go about betting and betting on certain player props, but player props that are tied to outcomes. And what I mean is, when you look at this list today and you see things like, well, these big, huge games like this Buffalo Anaheim game, right? Supposedly 6 goals for Buffalo. So if they think there's going to be a lot of goals for Buffalo and you want to pick players that are going to score, well, what you could do is you can go to click on Buffalo here, and we have dogs coming home. And when we click on Buffalo, we see Tage Thompson, Rasmus Dahlin, Alex Took, Jeff Skinner. These are the guys you're going to want, especially like these 3. And you're probably going to get some goals out of 1 or 2 or 3 of those guys in a game like that today. So it's an interesting way to focus on those type of things. So hockey's a big list. College basketball, I briefly talked about. It's too much to talk about. There's 21 underdogs today, guys. So the pick of the day, what just happened? Oh yeah, I got a bunch of different margins on. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It's too much to go over though. But here you go. You've got 21 underdogs. Morgan State's a big one. Coastal Carolina is the only home underdog, and this Tarleton State at plus 210. I'm a fan of this because they got 3.28 strength of schedule. I got to run. Good luck, everyone. May all your picks be winning.